The fix for this was actually super simple. Alright, if I jump into my filtering code, this line 60 is where the issue was. And it might not be totally obvious, so I'll explain it, but this entry here is a key value pair. So the issue is that the value that goes into this part of the parameter is a one of type. So this part that I'm highlighting right here can either be a string or a nullable boolean. And the reason I'm doing that in my filtering is that I can either match a string in particular or use the boolean to suggest whether or not we expect the metadata. But the issue was that this line didn't read quite like this. It was simply missing this extra dot value call. So unfortunately what was happening was the entire one of instance was being passed in. If I added this dot value in, it's now passing in the true value of what one of was representing. So if it was a string, the string would get passed in. If the nullable bool was set, that was going to get passed in instead. So this one simple fix, this dot value, fixed the problem. And that meant if I jump back over to this reset password tool, when I went to go run this on the command line, I could in fact go reset the password. It completed successfully. And at this point, again, I'm ready to push to prod because I've now proven that I've solved the problem. In fact, I've gone ahead and reset the password already. I've just proven that the code works. And the interesting strategy that I used here compared to the last video was that instead of just going and writing unit tests to solve it, I leaned more on a functional approach. I created a tool that I'm going to be able to leverage for the future that integrated with the real system. By integrating with the real system, I was able to step through and not have to worry about data being fudged or being messed up. It's the real data that I can work with. So this is just a bit of a demonstration that you can use different types of tools for different purposes, and in this case I did want to interact with real data so I didn't have to second guess what I was doing. And at this point it's great. I finally fixed the issue I was working on, so how many times could I possibly break production, right? Well, check out this video next when it's available and you'll see. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.